Hey said I had like some time to do what I want, so I can get loose. Like I can go.
Go.
Okay. This is like a very, very receptive audience, which I really, really like. Cause like I can do poems that I normally don't do for fear that they gonna go over the crowd head a little bit. So we're gonna get loose, man. Can I get loose with y'all? I'm gonna give y'all some. Okay, so check this out, right? I went on a family reunion with one of my homeboys. And we was talking, his uncle, like, anybody that's like, that got me by about 15, 20 years, to me, like, you an OG because you done been here, right? So we talking to his uncle, and, we, spitting poems and, seeing who could, come up with the hottest lines. And so his uncle made this comment, man. He said, I think it's dope that y'all can, put your words together the way y'all do. But the average American got like the education of like a 6th grader, so don't you think it'd be dope to write your poems in crayon? And that had kind of hit me like, what, like, dude. And I understood what he said then, but it didn't really hit me until I was doing the show. And you have all the poets when they come up, and everybody got locks because you gotta have locks to be a poet. And everybody got nice because you gotta have nice to be a poet. And you gotta talk about the moons and the stars, and it always has to be accentuated with like some off color, just to show people that you are really creative instead of just saying what you want to say. Like you gotta like code it and disguise it to the point where it's not understandable to people, and that's deep, right? And it kind of came to me like, what's the point of you being on stage if I ain't gonna get nothing out of what you're saying? Now, don't clap. That's Future's narrow-minded opinion. But with that in mind, I wrote this poem called My Observation. Y'all look like some smart people, so y'all should get this. Some of us have become so intellectually profound that we have become useless to the masses of men.
Come with it.
Like that. Some of us, hey, don't be afraid to use that in the middle of the show. I promise I ain't gonna slip. I got you. I stuck you with the rewind. It's not gonna happen. Some of us have become so intellectually profound, we are useless to the masses of men. Like, lost pastors cast down into sin, they've forgotten their hymns, the passage within, the master within. Classes should begin with introductions, not instructions to unbecome yourself for so-called personal wealth when all you ever needed to do was be you. I mean, who amongst us tries to save so much face that we never get to see who we really are?
Come on with
it. It ain't hard to tell. See, I smelled this before. Shea butter, cocoa, any cliche African oil, a few stories of the motherland soil make you more black than me. But since when did not eating meat make somebody deep?
Come on,
make somebody preach about health, yet they smoke and they drink. Ain't seen a gym or a weight rack because the sport is in the locks and the hair wraps. But if we can't rap, then you can't bless me. Now if you your brother keeper, it's okay to test me, lest ye do it with unjust cause, just applause. Yet to call on God for your own anointing, too busy pointing fingers.
Come on,
ye who be judge and jury, who lured me with your would-be cure, cunning speech, beautiful death behind execution of teeth, the things that separate the wolves from the sheep. Weep not for the meat nor their blood on the blade, it was God's will they not be slaves. Resting peacefully in transatlantic ways, and on my grave this path was paved long before you got here. You cannot help to heal unless you've got ears. Even then they must understand what they hear. I mean, what's the point of being deep if your people can't swim?
Come on with it. Come on with it.
That's like fighting a lynch mob alone, knowing you're going out on a limb. I've been practicing. What's the point of being deep if your people can't swim? That's like fighting a lynch mob alone, knowing you going out on a limb, and get upset Because nobody want to hang with you. Except maybe those with the same issues, whose face never make the face of a t-shirt because nobody miss you. Oh, how we miss you.
Oh, wow.
Our abilities.
Wow.
How blind are we to our neighbor's needs? Even Helen Keller saw opportunity, but someone had to see it in her first. Not just her limitations, but her thirst to fight through. Where were you when the sick needed healing? When the hungry needed feeding, when the people needed a good word, a good shepherd to her, and I bet you think that young man got some nerve. Nah, I'm just a common man that's sitting in your venue, trying to relate your words to what I've been through, but it's been over 2 hours and I've been through, waiting for you to speak to me.